yad, noishtim boy. Whoever asks for help, he doesn't have to be investigated. He doesn't have to show his assets. He doesn't have to show any kind of bank statement. If he asks for help, that's sufficient. You have to respond. You have to help him. So one of the Heilige Sfarim, in the very sacred writings, he writes the same applies when we stand before the Almighty. We stand before the Rabbi Shalom, and in these days, we stretch our hand out to the Almighty that He should receive us. It's nice to know the Almighty will respond. It's a season where we want to turn over a new leaf. We make resolutions. It's a season of resolutions. We make resolutions. The resolution will be a better human being, a better husband, a better father, a better Jew. We make all sorts of resolutions. And of course, many of them, it doesn't take long. All of the enthusiasm fizzles out, and it gets lost. What's the value of the resolutions? There was someone who was rushed to the hospital. They a fish dinner, and a bone was stuck in their throat. They were gagging for air, gagging for life. Certainly there was a life-threatening situation. Rushed them into the operating room, and the surgeon operated, removed the bone, and they started breathing again. A new lease on life. After the patient came to the surgeon's office for the final checkup to be dismissed, so he says to the doctor, what do I owe you? He said, my dear patient, I'll be more than happy if you give me at least half as much as you thought it was worth while bone was still in your throat. Our sages tell us, Chazal tell us, that when the Almighty went to create the world, his original intention was to create it with midas hadin, with absolute judgment. But he saw in the Yochel Iskayim, he saw that the human beings are weak and they have temptations of all sorts, and they won't be able to withstand that judgment. So he made a shoot of midas harachmim, compassion, mercy, rachmim. He made a partner, so he created the world with both, with midas hadin and midas harachmim, with strict judgment and with compassion and mercy. The Sfas, the dear Rabbi, legendary dear Rabbi asks, he says, what difference does it make to us what the Almighty's original intention was and what his final decision was? Whatever might have, whatever the Almighty, his original thoughts were, the main thing is this is what we have in front of us. We're judged with both. He said the following. He said there's ideals and there's understanding right from wrong, and then there's actual what takes place in reality. A building that's built on a crooked foundation, it will collapse. But a building that's built with a leaky roof, it will stand. There might be some problem, might be uncomfortable, you have to prepare it, but a leaky roof won't make the building collapse. A person, in his understanding what's right and wrong, he'll be judged according to the Almighty's original intention. Absolute judgment. You can't fool yourself. You have to know what's right and what's right. You can't say, it's okay, it's in modern times, it's America, we have pressures, it's this, it's that, have problems, the Almighty will look away. No, that's not the approach. We can't fool ourselves. Like the Kotzker Rebbe said, he said, the Almighty you can't fool. Your neighbor, he says, you're not allowed to fool. And whoever fools himself is indeed a fool. Mm-hmm. So you're indeed a fool. If you fool yourself and you say, it's okay, yeah, this is good, it's fine. He makes all, he apologizes, he forgives himself, everything is wrong. in understanding, has to be strict justice. You have to understand 100% right from wrong. But in reality, indeed, if for some reason a person has to have different pressures, he has a family to support, there's other sorts of, there's an environment which gets carried away, all what the mainstream does here, what we're up against, the environment, the air, what it does to human being, Yomei takes that into consideration. Main thing is we have to understand that Yomei gave us a Torah, and we have to try our best to understand that this is the way we should live, and whatever, we'll do our very best. But to say that, no, for modern times, that's not. Driving in a car, that's not. Olden times, they didn't know about combustion, what else, this is it. Chanani ben Akash Oimer, Rosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, L'Zakei Shes Yisrael, L'Fikol Chibul HaMayim, Mitzvah Shnemar,